Good morning. We're working on the 4Runner here today. I went ahead and put 5 gallons of new fresh fuel because we were on E yesterday. I have it start up right now, and I went ahead and changed the MAF. All that black stuff was from the other MAF. So right now it's not smoking black as much as the other day. So let me show you guys what I did. This was the MAF that came on it. On the 3.4, there's 2 different types of MAF. This one that looks like that, and the one that looks like this. That one is for my red one, but they all plug in there. So I went and plugged in that guy, and it started right away without no need for me giving gas, or air in this case. And it sounds much better. There's no hesitation. So I think the problem was a bad MAF or the incorrect one. So we're gonna let it run for a little bit, and I'm gonna see if it smokes any more black stuff. If it doesn't, then we're gonna give it an oil change. We're gonna go ahead and change up the belts because I think the belts are still the wrong one. And then we have to change the oil for sure. The oil's all black. But you guys can hear it. It sounds much better. There's no hesitation. The other day, the engine was like da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now it's all smooth. So I think we might have solved our issue. One of the coolant lines for the throttle body was kind of loose, so a little bit of coolant spilled out. No big deal. I just went ahead and tightened the hose clamp, and then I also noticed that now we got some nice warm heat. It runs much better. By this time, if it was having any issue, last night it was idling around under that half mark, so around 400 RPM. So right now, I think we have solved the hesitation. It was definitely a bad MAF, airflow meter. So we got that fixed. We got the heater fixed. Now we just need to change the oil, maybe even flush the coolant system, change the belts, and then clean up all the electrical wires. I have to check out with that check engine light on. It might just be like some O2 sensors or something like that, but no big deal. We got good oil pressure, coolant temp's good, battery's good. The alternator wasn't bad. I checked the alternator. I thought it was gonna be bad, but it's not bad. Still producing 14 volts. And we're not blowing smoke anymore, or at least black smoke. We do still have some white smoke, but I think that's just because it's so cold this morning. Alright, I just took it for a quick spin around the block. It runs really good. Didn't go up to speed, stayed under 10 miles per hour. It doesn't dry smooth because of the big nasty tires that it has right now. These mud tires are all hardened and cracked. So that's one thing, that's just the tires. But as far as the shift and the RPM, it runs really good right now. I'm gonna go ahead and reinstall the bad AFM, the one that came with this truck, and if it produced the same issue, then we know for sure it's the bad MAF, which I'm pretty sure it is already. But I want to go ahead and produce the problem again, just to verify that. The original MAF is now installed. We'll go ahead and start it up again. If it has any small hesitation on startup, we know right away, dead giveaway. I hope you guys are ready to solve this problem with me. Let's give it a start. This is with the original MAF that we have suspected being bad. This is a hot start. It's been warmed up for the last 10 minutes. Yep, there it goes. So it just died right away. This is exactly what it was doing. So in order for it to get going, I have to give it some gas. So let's check this out. Let's do it one more time. Clutch in. See, die right away. All right, we know our problem now. Bad MAF. Now with the new MAF from the Red Yoda, which is our original motor, we're using the parts from that bad boy. So let's go ahead and give it a start. With this MAF, it should start right away with no hesitation like the past one. Clutch in. There it goes. Start up. And that's where it should be idling, just around 800-900 RPM. All right, guys, we ruled out our starting issue. Bad MAF. Now it's time to just give it a fresh tune up, find some new wheels, fix that cat leak, and do some fixing up on the wire harness. I'll let you guys know once I find out what that check engine light is. Let me go get my tool for that. Okay, everyone, I did a lot of stuff off camera. I didn't want to film it because, you know, when you're in the mood, you don't have time to film. Went ahead and changed the oil filter. All that's good. We put in a new belt, correct belt for the alternator. Adjust that, tighten it up. Power steering was kind of loose. Some of the bolts were loose too, so we tightened those up. Went ahead and adjusted throttle. This bracket here, you have to pound it more towards this way to adjust this bracket, so this should be nice and good right now. Went ahead and seal that up. This bracket here usually goes screw from the top. You have to take this bracket off and screw from the bottom just to clear it. And then you can see it's rubbing right here and right here, which is around this area. So we're gonna go ahead and get the grinder and chop this brace right here off. And that's the cheap way of clearing the motor. I mounted this right here. This is a toy only swap bracket. It has a bracket right here. This bracket here goes right down to the cylinder with the provided bolt. So everything's all nice and tucked in there. This harness, the MAF harness, is nicely secure right here. So everything's all good. We're gonna go ahead and give it a start. It hasn't started for about an hour and a half now, so should be good. Oil is good. Went at about 5.5 quarts of oil, just under 6 quarts of oil for the 3.4. And new Toyota oil filter. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up. Once it's good, I need to make the strap for the battery. I don't want to use my battery tray from Toyota Only Swap. I want to put in this bad boy here instead. So I'm just gonna do the cheap way of doing this. This is you just mount a bracket, drill a hole, tighten it up. Once everything's checked out good, then I'll go ahead and fix the harness, or not the harness, but the positive wire, this green cable, along with the cable that goes into the 80 amp. That needs to be fixed properly. And then once we do that, all this wire over here will be cleared up. These two will be gone and just be more prettier. So that's pretty much it. Everything looks really good. After a little bit of tune-up oil change, let's go ahead and give it a start. Should sound really good. What? That doesn't sound good. Did I have everything plugged in? Maybe I forgot something. Round two, I checked the engine bay. Didn't look like I forgot anything. Everything's plugged in, so I'm not sure why. Uh-oh. That's weird. It's not starting no more. Do we blow a fuse or something? Third try, there was a ground wire from the block to the chassis on the passenger side. I took that off thinking that I wouldn't need it, so I put that back on and see if it works now. So if it does, then it was probably that ground wire. That's the only thing I could think of. So here we go, third try. Nope, nothing. Nothing. What's going on now? That's so weird. I went and got some lunch, and I'm pretty stumped about what the heck happened. It was running fine after we swapped the MAF. That's when I decided to go ahead and change the oil, change out the belt, clean it up a little bit. I didn't mess with anything electrical, and now it's not starting. It sounds like it has no fuel. It's an EFI relay. I went ahead and swapped it out with another one, and no difference. The head right there, this brown one here, I went ahead and swapped that out with all my spares, and nothing happened. So put them back in. Same symptom, just crank, crank, crank. And it just sounds like it has no fuel. So there's a fuel pump relay under the steering wheel, and I don't have a spare for that one. I've never seen that one before, but that must be something that's familiar with the second gens. So I might have to go maybe remove that one and find one to test it out. But I think our problem is we're not getting fuel for sure. We know we have air. Air's good. I haven't checked the spark yet, but I would assume the spark's good because it sounds good. It just sounds like it's not getting fuel. I'll have to come back and let you guys know what happened. Such a weird little engine here. Okay, everyone, so I took an hour break, came back, looked through all my relays, and decided to look under the glove box. This is the one under the glove box. And right away, I saw the corrosion already. I saw that. And then I took it out, and look at all that corrosion. And listen to this. And thankfully, I have a spare. So we're going to go plug this bad boy in and 99.9% it's gonna start. Thank goodness through all those years, I kept all the fuses and stuff that I killed from all the Toyotas. That fuse relay is located right behind the glove box, right there. The one on the far right, it's a bit corroded, you can see, but hopefully it's still good. I'm not sure what goes on that left one, but that one was empty. So we're gonna go ahead and plug in this guy in there. Toyota relay 909-8704-002. All right, guys, after hours working on this rig today, little quick recap. We had it running. MAF was bad. Put a new AMF. And then after that, I decided to change the oil, clean it up, and then it didn't start anymore. Don't know how I got burnt, but let me see. We got that new relay down there. Give it a first start. Here. Nothing. Hold on, don't give up yet, Nutty. One more time, baby, one more time. All right, guys, we're back to the drawing board. Maybe that's a bad relay, the one I just put in there. Who knows? No luck, guys. The 40 amp looked kind of corroded on this one right here, so I went ahead and changed that 40 amp. We'll go ahead and give it another try. Round 10 or whatever. If it doesn't start this time, I'm gonna part it out. Let's see. Nothing. Maybe one last try. Maybe one last try. Right below these two relays is the circuit open relay that was tucked in here. Now, it looks kind of corroded. Honestly, I hope I have one of these. I'm gonna have to really dig deep in my parts bin. But let's unplug this and give this guy one last go. Open relay 859-10-350-110. I didn't film it, but I got it running. We took out the circuit open relay and jumped it between those right there, the middle bottom and the far right. It took a few tries. The first time it didn't go, it started for a second, and now it's running. So I think we do have a bad circuit open relay. Look at that, it's running. Wow, it took me all day. It's running. She's smoking a bit too. That's a bit too much smoke. I wonder if that's a bad head gasket. I gotta smell it. Let me see if it smells sweet. No, maybe it's just flooded. Maybe I've been starting it all day and cranking all day, so maybe it just flooded. Let me let it run for a few minutes, but wow. So we have a good chance that the circuit open relay is bad. Very high idle too. There's no more squeaky belts because we did fix the belts. So that's good. Yeah, whenever you turn the heater high, the belts was squeaky. It doesn't do that no more. So now it's running. I bet if I was to pull that plug, the blue wire, the jumper, it should die. And if it dies, that means that I think it is the bad circuit relay. This is crazy. I'm gonna let it run for a few minutes till it gets back to normal temp. Well, everyone, that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. I've been working on this rig 12 plus hours today. Been super fun, but been super it's a big headache when it comes to electrical. I'm not the biggest electrical guru. I don't like to learn too much about electricals, relay, fuses, what goes where, you know. And like I said, I did have a feeling it might be a circuit open relay. We should have just looked at that first. I'm surprised it wasn't that first relay, the one that was all corroded, because that one we know for sure is bad. And I got like 10 spares of those, but for some reason I don't have a spare of these circuit open relay. I'll have to go look for one at my local junkyards or get in touch with some of my Toyota gearhead gurus and see if they have anything. My heart is not fully set yet until we do put another circuit open relay. Once we put another one and it starts again, shuts off, starts again, then my heart will be more desired. Once that's finished, I'll go ahead and finish clean up the engine bay. But for now, that's gonna wrap up today's video. Sorry, it's a long journey. Hope you guys learned something on this video. See you guys next time. Bye bye.